I'm going to get straight into game 2. Also on, can you guess the map? Can you? It is Death Aura, yay! Jonesy 1-0 up then against GundaBadBoyz. Tried his best to throw the game away, but didn't manage to in the end. So all good things. In other exciting StarCraft news, because I've been out of action for several days and I've got an inbox full of replays and stuff, I thought I need to recruit some help with the casting. So who I asked are there's some EMS alumni, some ex-students who were members who played in the inaugural StarCraft, EMS StarCraft Noobs tournament a few years ago. One of whom went on to win the tournament. So Lewis, Gabriel and Rowan are kindly going to cast some of our matches, and I'm looking forward to that happening. I think they're going to be doing that tomorrow night, and once I've sorted out the logistics of how they'll get the video files back to me and onto the channel, hopefully they'll have some interesting things to say. The three of them still play. They play 3v3. I think they also play, certainly Gabriel plays 1v1, Lewis may as well. And they're good players. They're probably better than me. So I'll be interested to hear their take on how the EMS tournament has progressed since their day. If you look through the channel and dig out some of the really old games, there is an absolutely superb game between Lewis and might have been Gabriel. Can't quite remember. Might have been the other Gabriel, in fact. Yeah, it's an absolutely great game. I'll see if I can put a link to it somewhere, because it's one of the funniest games I've seen. It's a big slog fest that has pretty much everything in it. It was a great game. So on that note, a big shout really on this cast to all of the EMS alumni that still watch. I know there's a few of you out there, and it does kind of it cheers me up to think that you guys are still out there, still following a bit of StarCraft. So big up you guys as well. Right, on to this game then. It does look a bit like GundaBadBoyz is going for a similar style, and I would encourage GundaBadBoyz to rethink this. I mean, I'm not dead against the sort of forge fast expand, but that's not really what you're doing here. These walls will keep you safe against early lings, but so will just going across the map and looking in your opponent's base. Just go across the map and look. Have they got an early spawning pool? If the answer is no, you don't really need to be wasting all this money. You could have built your Nexus already. You could have built your side core already. If the answer is yes, then by all means go ahead and build a wall and be like, build a wall. That's a wonderful thing then, and you can look like a rock star. But if the lings aren't coming, then this is essentially just wasted money. It is a faster expo this time though, I think, for GundaBadBoyz. So the Nexus comes in, and at 3:14, it's not a particularly lit Nexus. It's fine, but there are as yet no units, and the side core is very lit. So these do have quite a significant impact on your progress. This is an early lair from Jonesy, so presumably he's got something in mind. It's also a 1 gas layer, which I'm not sure what it's going to be. Could be Nidus play, and I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. Oh, he's accidentally hit us. That's painful. Look, all these workers idle. Oh dear. Hopefully he spots that before too long, because that's a horrible way to lose a large amount of income. Just accidental idle workers. Got a shield battery building, and I like shield batteries. I like them a great deal. But I'd also like to see some units and some stuff in production for GundaBadBoyz. So I think Jonesy must have something in mind. A lair, there's not many units you can build out of the lair that aren't going to cost you gas. So I wonder, what's the purpose of this layer? Is it just to get a Nidus worm up? And if it is, I'm all for that. I can't tell you how all for that I am. An early Nidus is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Just get that fast Nidus up, and get it in your opponent's base. So he's going to go for the run past here, and again, just the same thing as we saw before. While the cannons at the front door are all well and good, if there's no units to defend, oh, that is very, very painful to watch. These Lings with speed and enough of them in, only one Zealot, and it gets taken down really very quickly indeed. You know, no shield battery on the men. This Zealot's in a good position. It will trade well, but ultimately it is going to fall. And what to do with these Lings is just focus on this pylon, because if this pylon goes, none of these buildings can make anything. You don't want to fight cannons. So, you know, one of the little tricks you can use is maneuver your Lings into the mineral line here and just tap H, put them on a hold command, and they will just stand still. And as the workers mine past them, the workers get killed. But the Lings won't try and run around and like fight the cannon or whatever. So it's a pretty standard little micro trick to just, you know, right click your Lings into a mineral line and then tap Shift H so that when they get there, they then hold position. Jonesy can just end the game here. I'll be honest. You know, there's 2 Zealots out, and Jonesy's income is so much larger that he can just literally do nothing but non-stop produce Zerglings, and every time they come out, just right click them into here, and you know, there's no way GundaBadBoyz can kill them fast enough. It's as simple as that. So you can just grind this game out. Has decided to go for a Nidus, and you know, as I say, I really like the Nidus play. It's kind of unnecessary though. You know, you brought your opponent down to 2 workers, so just go and kill them. I mean, yeah, there's a shield battery here, but like, you can just A-click Lings across the map and they will kill these. GundaBadBoyz simply can't afford to replace anything. So, you know, any Zealot lost is a win for you. Any cannon lost is a win. So yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind him just, like this. Just A-click it. The shield battery is going to, you know, keep things going for a long time. It is now out of energy. You know, so like that might have looked wasteful. It didn't help that he sort of ran about and then changed his mind, didn't actually get these workers. But it's okay to be wasteful when you've got such a huge income advantage. You know, 2,400 minerals in the bank. I'd be really inclined to just, you know, get the queen spits going, make sure you've got larvae, and just non-stop build Lings and just keep A-clicking them across the map. Build another hatchery, build Lings, A-click them across, and just in that way, you know, the shield battery can't heal stuff up forever. The Zealots can't live forever. The cannons all die eventually, and this game would be over by now if you just did that. But anyway, it's going to be Hydras by the looks of things. Missile attack being upgraded, and again, I quite like the Nidus. I mean, I'd go ahead and just slap the Nidus down here. What's GundaBadBoyz going to do about it? Pull the 4 Zealots back, and if they do, you run the Lings across the map and you get straight into this mineral line, or, you know, it doesn't really matter. But if you wait long enough, GundaBadBoyz is going to have some units out, and it's going to get harder and harder. So, you know, sooner rather than later, get the Nidus going, give your opponent headaches, give them problems. This Overlord's in a good position, just about has enough vision there. Might have to move it a little bit. You do need vision of the Nidus worm exit. Takes up more than a single hex, so you've got to have vision of the whole area. So it needs to move that about 1 hex over, and would then be able to drop a Nidus in that position. Yeah, but you know, the army supplies, he's got double the army supply. He's probably got enough Hydras to deal with the couple of Void Rays that are out. You know, but the sooner you do this, the better, really. Don't, you know, once you've put a large amount of economic hurt on your opponent, your options are either, how does he know about that? Does have vision. So Void Rays kill these things really immensely quickly. So yeah, I'm slightly surprised that GundaBadBoyz had vision of that corner. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. What was I saying? I was saying something probably. It can't have been that important, I guess. Maybe it was complete lies. Oh yeah, you've done some economic damage, so you're ahead economically. There are 2 options, essentially. Option 1, go for the kill. Just keep producing units and trading in the knowledge that you can outproduce your opponent. Option 2, you're ahead, so get further ahead by just building bases, knowing that your opponent can't really afford to attack you. If you go for that second option, scouting is important. Just constantly keep an eye on them, see what they're doing, and just outgrow them until you've just got an overwhelmingly large army that can just go across the map and smash. Those are the two things to do. Jonesy hasn't really done either of those things, hasn't expanded, you know, but like with that said, he's got this saturated. He's got this saturated. But look, you know, GundaBadBoyz is essentially caught up. If we look at the incomes, they're not dissimilar. Not quite caught up, I know, but they're not dissimilar now. And actually, there's a greater gas income for GundaBadBoyz. So, you know, if you're not careful, you let your opponent back into the game, and that's the last thing you want to do when you've done that much successful damage near the start. So upgrades being researched, you know, interestingly, ground attack and ground armor being researched, but it looks very much like GundaBadBoyz is playing an air style, you know, sky toss for the win. I wish these workers were mine, and you know, void rays and stuff are upgraded here. So actually, to be fair, air armor and air attack also being upgraded. But Gunda, you can't really afford to be cranking out upgrades to at a time. You don't really have the income for it. So I'd rather your focus was on getting your economy back up and getting your production up to speed, rather than on these upgrades. It would also be nice to see the void rays head across the map and try and get some hurt done. You know, bear in mind, Protoss has got the recall ability, so you can send your void rays in, you can focus down a building, and if it turns a bit hairy, you can recall them back home. This army coming across the map is pretty big. It's got a substantial supply advantage. It's got an upgrade advantage. It is a big, scary army. There's a single shield battery here that will run out of energy pretty fast. It's got a fair number of void rays, you know, with 7 voids at the front door here. And obviously the Lings can't do much against that, but this is enough Hydras to one-shot a void ray. So with a little bit of micro, Jonesy can literally just one-shot these. The Lings aren't really going to achieve a great deal, I fear. But, you know, ideally Jonesy wants to be just right-clicking the void rays one at a time, and the Hydras should one-shot them, assuming they're all in range. It's a bit of a spread in terms of damage output, so no focus firing happening. You know, I'd like to see him just turn around and snipe that, just click. But look how open this front door is now. So at this stage, you know, Jonesy, you could just build a world of Lings, and you'd be able to get them into your opponent's base and gut their economy one more time. Robo facility being built. That exchange, you know, if we look at the units lost, it's not an efficient exchange by any means for Jonesy. But bear in mind, Zerg in general, the way that you play Zerg, it's not about having efficient exchanges. It's about outgrowing your opponent and beating them with numbers. And from that point of view, Jonesy's not doing a great job. You know, we're 13 minutes in. There should be at least 4 bases, 5 bases up by this stage of the game for a Zerg player. And to be fair, there should be 4 bases up for the Protoss as well. But the Zerg should certainly be on 5 bases. So, you know, grow. You are a Zerg, take over the map, dominate. The natural still isn't actually saturated, you know. I'd love to see another attempt to get the Nidus done. That would be a cool thing. Yeah, that'd be grand. You know, even if you wanted to just drop a Nidus here so that you can like really quickly attack, or even drop a Nidus here so that you can really quickly attack, and if the Protoss does you know, beat you back, you can run back into the Nidus swarm. But to be honest, you can just outproduce the Protoss. You just can. So I'm kind of keen for something to happen here. Let's speed things along very slightly, and we'll see what the outcome's going to be. Still Hydras in production, some Corruptors in production. Corruptors against Void Rays actually aren't that great, but Corruptors in general are a very tough air unit. You know, with upgrades, Corruptors are hard to kill. Void Rays can do quite well against Corruptors because Corruptors are armoured, and the Void Rays, with their prismatic alignment, sort of prismatic alignment cast can focus them down very quickly. So there's a third being built for our Protoss player, and once GundaBadBoyz has the third up and mining, there is actually a chance. You know, if you look at the income here, GundaBadBoyz is actually way out in the lead in the income because this base just isn't saturated at all, and neither is this one. So, you know, GundaBadBoyz can actually now start out producing the Zerg, and that is just never a thing that should be happening. So, I don't know. This might be the end fight. The Hydras are not being well managed here, unfortunately. But I think it might not matter. More reinforcements coming across the map. There's more Hydras in production. It does look like there's just enough here to brute force it without really much microing or much sort of attention to how efficiently they trade. The Hydras are just going to boss it, and Gunda is only producing, ooh, that's a Q. Void Rays are just going to come out. In fact, they're not going to come out because the one pylon has been sniped. So yeah, nothing really for GundaBadBoyz to do at this stage other than type GG. This one pylon and 3 cannons is not going to hold the fort. There it is, GG.